Good morning, everybody. Myself, Dr. Sunita N.M., Assistant Professor of Economics, Sri Shivlingeshwara Government First Aid College, Channagiri. Today, I am explaining about the concept of the capital budgeting. Last class, we are discussing about the many type of the concept, that is, what is profit, profit zone, loss zone, safer zone, break-even point, and quantity of the output. These are all the aspects we are discussing in the last session. And we also studied about the safety margin concept and target profit. So these are all the concepts we have to study about in the profit management concept. And yeah, in the last session we learned about the break-even analysis, and we also learned about the break-even quantity of the product. Totally, how to manage the profitability. This is the we have to learn in the last session. Now, let me know about the learning objectives of my study. Learning objective, it means it enlightens the learner about customer satisfaction, employee welfare, social responsibility, and maximum profit. This is the first objective, and it enable the learner in decision which expand revenue or reduce cost. It is the another objectives, learning objectives of it. And what is the learning outcomes of this study? It enable learner to identify safe zone, loss zone, and profit zone through break-even point. This is the learning outcomes of my study. Let me know about the concept of the capital budgeting. So first we know about the meaning of the capital budgeting. The term capital budgeting, the term capital budgeting refers to the long-term planning for for purpose capital expenditure and its financing. Yeah, in this capital budgeting, the producers they planned in the long term their expense and its financing. It includes the both rising of long-term finance and its utilization. It may therefore be defined as the firm's formula process for the occu- uh, occupation and investment of the capital. Now, let me know about the definitions of the capital budgeting. Milton H. Spencer, capital budgeting involve the planning of expenditure for asset, the returns from which will be realized in further time period. This is called upon the capital budgeting. Professor Milton H. Spencer, you would be explaining about that capital budgeting involves the planning of expenditure for assets, the returns from which will be realized in future time period. And we know about the another definitions of the capital budgeting. uh, Capital budgeting. Charles T. Ornegren said that capital budgeting is long term planning for making and financing um, processed capital outlays. And Keller and Ferrier said that the capital budgeting represent the plan for the appropriation and expenditure for fixed asset during the budget period. This is the definitions of the capital budgeting. So because in this capital budgeting it is the long term planning. Producers they planned about that they planned their utilization. It means their expenditure, their revenue. They planned overall plan. It's including in the capital budgeting. So that's why each and long term, it means 5 to 10 years, they are thinking about that in this capital budgeting concept, because we estimating the various methods to be used in the capital budgeting concept. So what are the methods we have to use in the capital budgeting? Let me know in the next session. Thank you. Thanks for this opportunity for giving me and for showing this capital budgeting concept. Thank you. Next class I would explaining about the another concept that is